talk to me a little bit about what is a lean practice?
Absolutely. So I will start with my version of a lean practice, and then we'll talk about lean practice in general. I got here because I wanted to work right at the outset. I realized that I wanted to work part-time in order to save my best energy for my kids as well as my patients. And in the beginning, towards the beginning part of my career, I started with a couple of independent contractor gigs that afforded me that flexibility. And then I wanted more. So I interviewed with some groups in town and figured out broadly that there were two routes I could take. I could either work 100 hours a week and go the partnership route down the line, or I could work what they refer to as often as mommy hours and stay that way. Now, I wanted to have my cake and eat it too. I didn't want to have to choose in this day and age between wanting to spend time with my family and wanting to accomplish something at work. And I have an entrepreneurial spirit. Ownership drives me, it motivates me. So I looked into how I could be a practice owner. And if I were to be a practice owner that wanted to work part-time, I was going to have to think outside the box. And that is when I honed in on the two biggest expenses for a small practice, namely office space and personnel or staff. So for the first, I went in and started working out of a shared workspace location. And I did the math, and I knew that with the volume that I wanted to see, that it was going to work. And two, for staff, started off as a micro practice, which means I had no employees or independent contractors or third-party companies helping me out with the practice. I did all of it, from phone calls down to billing and calling insurance companies for denials, and learned a heck lot along the way. So that is my version of lean. It lets me work part-time and be a practice owner. But lean doesn't have to look like this. You could be a giant practice with many physicians and staff, several locations, bringing in multiple seven figures in revenue, or any size really, and still run lean. Because it is, at the end of the day, a way of thinking. It is the idea that you want to provide value to your client or customer, in this case, our patients, with minimal waste. So it involves defining what values you provide and then looking at your processes with a fine-tooth comb, taking out anything that's unnecessary or unclogging the bottlenecks, putting it to the test, and then reiterating. And we do this with every process, one value at a time, and you have yourself a lean practice.